South Carolina, a state rich in history, culture, and a diverse heritage. One of the most influential groups in the development of this southern state were the Scottish settlers. Today we'll dive into the fascinating story of the Scottish people who helped shape South Carolina from their early arrival in the 17th and 18th centuries to the enduring Scottish influence we still see today. Let's take a journey into the past to uncover how the Scots made their mark on South Carolina's history and culture. The story begins in the 1600s, when European settlers first arrived in the New World. As part of the larger wave of immigrants seeking better opportunities, the Scots came to America looking for a fresh start. South Carolina, with its fertile land and growing economy, became one of the primary destinations for Scottish settlers, particularly after the establishment of Charleston in 1670. The city quickly became a major port and a gateway for immigrants from Europe, including a steady influx of Scots. One of the earliest groups to arrive was the Highland Scots, many of whom came seeking refuge after the collapse of the Jacobite uprising in 1745. They were not only escaping the political turmoil in Scotland, but also drawn by promises of land and opportunities in the thriving Carolina colony. Among these early Scots, several key figures stand out for their contributions to South Carolina's development. One of the most notable was John Campbell, the Earl of Loudoun, who helped establish the settlement of Campbellton, now known as Campobello. His leadership brought many Highland Scots to the region, and they played a crucial role in the development of the upstate area. Another prominent figure was William Moultrie, a hero of the American Revolution and later the governor of South Carolina. Moultrie, of Scottish descent, is perhaps best known for his defense of Fort Sullivan during the Battle of Sullivan's Island in 1776, which helped secure Charleston from British forces. His leadership during this time cemented his place in the state's history as a symbol of resilience and Scottish influence. The Scots brought with them not just their fighting spirit, but also their skills in trade, farming, and even politics. Many of the early settlers were involved in the plantation economy, which was based on agriculture. Scottish immigrants, with their experience in farming and craftsmanship, helped transform the agricultural landscape of South Carolina. The Scottish settlers were instrumental in establishing industries such as indigo production, which became one of the colony's most profitable exports. The Scottish merchant class also flourished, with many Scots becoming prominent figures in Charleston's thriving trade networks. Politically, the Scots were deeply involved in the creation of South Carolina's governmental structure. Several Scottish-born leaders rose to positions of influence, particularly in the South Carolina Assembly, helping to shape the colony's early laws and policies. One of the most lasting legacies of the Scottish settlers in South Carolina is the rich cultural influence they left behind. From music and dance to food and festivals, the Scots contributed a unique flair to South Carolina's identity. Take the Scottish Highland Games, for example. Every year in the upstate region, the Scottish Games are held, a celebration of Scottish heritage complete with athletic competitions, piping, dancing, and food. These games are a testament to the enduring legacy of Scottish settlers in the region. The distinctive sound of the bagpipes, a hallmark of Scottish music, can be heard in parades and festivals, especially during important holidays like Burns Night and St. Andrew's Day, which are still widely celebrated. The Scots also brought their distinctive cuisine to South Carolina. Foods like haggis, shortbread, and even whiskey, God bless them, are now a part of the local culture, especially in more traditional and festive settings. Even today, the Scottish influence is deeply embedded in South Carolina's modern identity. Beyond the festivals and traditions, you'll find Scots who have continued to shape the culture and success of the state in both small and big ways. Communities with Scottish heritage are proud of their ancestry and continue to keep the traditions alive. In towns like Campobello, where Scottish settlers first arrived, there's a deep sense of pride in their roots, and residents celebrate their history with pride. From local Scottish clan societies to the University of South Carolina's own Scottish heritage events, these connections to Scotland remain strong, showcasing the enduring legacy of the settlers who arrived centuries ago. The Scots didn't just build homes, they helped to create an identity for South Carolina. Their work ethic, sense of community and determination helped mold South Carolina into the state it is today. The blending of Scottish traditions with those of other groups in South Carolina created a rich, unique culture that we can still enjoy today. Whether it's the tartan patterns you see during local parades or the continued influence of Scottish architecture in some of the state's oldest buildings, the marks of the Scots are all around us. From the rolling hills of the upstate to the bustling streets of Charleston, the Scottish settlers have left an indelible mark on South Carolina. Their legacy is woven into the very fabric of the state, influencing its history, culture, and traditions in ways that are still felt today. So the next time you visit South Carolina, remember to honor the Scots who helped shape this beautiful state, many of whom still proudly call it home. Thanks for watching The Real Carolina. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories of South Carolina's rich history.